Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you a weekly podcast for the more sophisticated beer drinker. So sit back, pour yourself a pint, and enjoy the internet's longest running 100% blind roundtable taste test beer review show. You're listening to The Beer Snobs.
Welcome to the show, everybody. How you guys doing? This is Daemon. You're listening to The Beer Snobs. Across the table from me is
B.
And next to him is...
Hey guys, it's Brian from Beer Quest.
Awesome. Before we get going with the show, just want to mention to you guys out there really quick about our beer of the month, the Wingwalker Amber Ale.
It's good stuff.
Definitely go out and try it.
Yeah.
Great amber beer.
Yeah, that was a good beer.
But we got a lot of the show to get to, so let's get it started. Here we go with some beer news. Our first story for the week is coming from history.com.
Beer history.
Beer history,
yeah. This one came out actually last month. We didn't get a chance to cover it, but October 17th, 2014 marked the 200-year anniversary of the London beer flood.
A beer flood?
Beer flood, yeah. On October 17th, 1814, a 3-story high vat of beer exploded inside a London brewery and unleashed a tidal wave of porter that killed 8 people in the neighboring tenements. On the 200th anniversary of the London beer flood, they're looking back at one of history's strangest disasters. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know if that's how I want to drown.
I don't know either, but I think it'd be fun to try.
You know what it'd be like? It would be like that one Broken Lizard movie about beer.
Beer Fest.
Beer Fest.
Because that's what happened to one of the characters. He died drowning in a beer vat.
Oh, that's right.
What's the guy's name?
Yeah, in the story, he had like a twin or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they from what it looks like, if you're really watching it, they changed the scene. Originally, I don't think he was supposed to die because you see him like he's drinking. He like turbo drinks the vat. I think in the original version of it, he lives and they just go after the Germans for trying to kill him.
Awesome.
But they changed it so that because he's all Superman chugging the beer in the vat, and then the next scene he's just floating like,
That's a way to go.
Yeah, getting killed by beer. But all right, let's see. Late on Monday afternoon, October 17th, 1814, distraught Anne Seville mourned over the body of her 2-year-old son John, who had died the previous day in her cellar apartment. Fellow Irishmen offered comfort as they wake the small boy and awaited the arrival of their husbands and sons. That's a really, really depressing story. But
at least there was an Irishman there. I mean, how else would that mother cope?
Yeah, this is apparently what was going on before the flood.
So
these people were already dealing with the death of their son, and then this 25-foot high brick wall. Apparently, the beer was able to scale it.
Wow!
Because on the other side of it was the
the
Bainbridge Street Brewery, founded early in the reign of King George III and famous for its porter. The brewery produced more than 100,000 barrels of the dark-colored nectar each year.
Dude, it's 200 years ago. That's pretty good.
That's
200
kind of
years ago.
Awesome.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was it?
Give them props for making beer and killing people.
2 birds with 1 stone.
I know, right?
Knock it off your bucket list.
Man, 4 inches of the 22-foot high vat. That's what broke. 4 inches thick, 22-foot high vat. Insane. Yeah, it was. They just say it was a massive explosion inside the storeroom, compromised the vat, and the equivalent of 1 million pints of beer. The blast broke off the valve of an adjoining cask that also contained thousands of barrels of beer and set off a chain reaction as the weight of 570 tons of liquid smashed other hogsheads of porter.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah. And then the force of the explosion sent bricks raining over the top of houses on the street, collapsing the brick wall that towered that woman who was grieving her son, killing her instantly.
Well, she got to see her son then.
Yeah, she wasn't grieving long.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got to join her son. You guys are so dark today. That's so messed up.
If that's how you're going to go, that's the way to go.
You're grieving your son, and then beer comes by, gets you drunk, and you die afterwards and you get to your son again.
Most of the people who died were grieving a child. Oh my God, it was mourners. It was this kid's wake.
They're playing with him now. It's okay.
Yeah, that'll teach him.
Yeah.
Only 2 days
Way to go
after
grieving.
Only 2 days after the catastrophe, a jury convened to investigate the accident. After visiting the site of the tragedy, viewing bodies of the victims, hearing testimony, the jury rendered its verdict that the incident had been an act of God, and that the victims had met their deaths casually, accidentally, and by misfortune. Not only did the brewery escape paying damage to the destitute victims, it received a waiver from the British Parliament for excise taxes it had already paid on the thousands of barrels of beer it lost.
So you're telling me
So
that
beer
they're...
wins again.
So you're
Wins
telling me
again.
they're Republicans over there, huh?
Must
Apparently,
be.
conservatives running their government.
And they get to carry their taxes over to the next batch.
Even
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
because
wow.
beer is awesome. That's what happened. That's the moral of this
We need
story.
to start a brewery.
Your kid dies, you die, your friends die, blah, whatever. Beer's important. Beer wins.
and you get taxed later. Love it.
That's amazing, dude. That's crazy.
And that is our first story. Thank you, history.com and Christopher Klein for that one. And going to our next story, something a little more recent. Well, actually, technically, it's not really recent. It just took a while to disseminate. Australian scientists invent a hydrating hangover-free beer.
Gimme.
Sold.
That's all we got for beer news.
All right.
I'm just kidding. I'm
On to
kidding.
the beer.
I'm joking. Let's get into this story. Sunglasses and Advil might not be the only cure for hangover these days. Australian scientists have brewed up a hangover-free beer, allowing drinkers to keep sipping while avoiding dehydration that leads to next-day hangover symptoms. Nutrition researchers at Griffith University's Health Institute added electrolytes, salt,
$1 million idea.
to 2 commercial beers, 1 regular strength and light beer before giving it to participants who had just exercised. While researchers don't suggest drinking beer after working out, actually some do.
Well, isn't light beer kind of hydrating anyway?
It is.
Because it's mostly water, yeah. The study showed that the light beer was 3 times more hydrating than normal beer.
Yeah, I'll drink it.
Yeah.
Well, no, what is it? The rattlers and stuff like that and the shandies, they're given to marathon runners because they're better hydrating.
This is true. I was recently talking to somebody who took a group of school kids on a marathon and found out too late that all the kids were being given beer.
Yeah. I was reading articles not even like a couple months ago talking about people were saying that it's actually good to drink a beer after you
After a
exercise.
workout. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really good because the calories, the empty calories, like they actually go somewhere that your body just burns them right up pretty much.
Yeah.
It's good. And it says right here, according to this article, drinking beer after exercising can actually increase hydration due to carbonation and carbohydrate content that helps replenish lost calories. What's the catch? It only works with beers that have lower alcohol content, although scientists claim that no one could taste a difference in the beers.
Enter the session IPA.
which brings me to something that I think we were talking about earlier before the show, which was this just reminds me of the first beers that were brewed by the Egyptians.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, because the water was filthy in Egypt. Brewed beer was better for drinking and staying hydrated.
I remember that movie, how beer
Saved the world.
How beer saved the world. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Go
Although
Netflix.
Although they also gave it credit for like the written language. I don't know about
Well,
that.
because
That's the first word they found was beer, right?
because beer created an industry where none existed.
And they needed consistent recipes.
Yeah, so they needed to be able to write things down, so they had to kind of invent writing for it. I guess that makes sense. Beer does save the world, change the world. Beer is the most important thing ever.
So what you're telling me, the first story is beer kills people.
Beer kills people.
And the
gets away
second
with it.
story,
beer
It's
is
good for you.
Beer it was the first O.J. Simpson.
oh, so that's the first story.
Beer is awesome. It kills people and gets away with it.
And the second story is that beer is started at the whole world.
Yeah, beer basically is these guys just kind of reinventing the wheel with their let's make some hydrating beer. Yeah, that we already had that. Yeah, the beer back then, I think the alcohol content for those Egyptian beers was something in between 1.5 and 3%.
Well, they just have the bar set too low. I attribute that to lack of knowledge.
The thing that dehydrates you when you drink beer is the alcohol content, technically. So, they have to be low for it to hydrate.
So from Egypt to Australia, this is Australian-aid.
Pretty much.
Nice.
This is the Vegemite of beer.
Ew.
I don't know about that.
It's really popular over there.
I like my Gatorade.
You ever tried Vegemite?
No.
That shit's horrible.
I know. So is haggis, but Scottish people love that.
Oh, that shit's good though.
No, it's not.
Ah.
It's really not.
It builds character.
Yeah.
And intestinal fortitude.
So does Menudo.
Thank you, B.
Hater.
So, though the hangover-free beer seems to operate much like Gatorade, it still has the potential to make Sunday mornings less of a struggle. A little bit of their attempt at humor.
And football practice so much better.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for halftime.
And that is it for beer news. Thanks a lot. This story, we got it from nydailynews.com and Jeanette September. I'm just guessing how to pronounce that name. Thanks a lot for the story. And let's get to the second part of the show. Here is our blind taste test.
It looks like a pretty amber. It has a nice head, too.
I agree.
It's got an interesting aroma, though. I can't peg that. Can you guys?
You know, it's a little clear for I mean, it is amber colored, but it's still pretty clear.
Little malty on the aroma.
It's very clear, really bright.
I like the smell.
I like the smell, too. It's really malty on the aroma.
It's interesting.
It's really.
It definitely tastes like an amber.
It's different, though.
Yeah,
it's
a little
really different.
There's something odd.
It's not. I mean, I don't get that caramel flavor that I
get a little bit of it. You should take a big mouthful of it.
It tastes off.
Swirl it.
It tastes really off. Like
Tastes kind of off.
Something's wrong with it. Like nothing the brewer did, but maybe in the process it got here, it just tastes off.
Mine tastes like it has an Advil in it.
Oh God. Yeah, there's some good flavors in this, but there's something bad in it as well. It tastes like someone dumped a Budweiser in a good beer.
No, I'm not going that far.
No,
Of course.
No. I don't think that. I think they did something right. I just think something went wrong with it, and just something in the process is maybe some strain got.
How could you describe it flavor wise though, as far as what's wrong?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a weird ingredient, like if somebody came back and said, "We put cactus in this."
No parlay beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take a large gulp of it.
I
Maybe.
did that once. That was a punishment.
Okay, sorry. I apologize. for making you do that.
You know, the best way I can put it is that it feels like a little sour, like a little tomato in the back. That's what I am getting. And
or it could just be bad brewing, for all we know.
Yeah, and I think a little tomato on the aftertaste I'm tasting, and I think that's just part of something that makes it off.
Okay, well let's get to the recommendations then. B?
No,
big no from B.
No,
Hardiman?
No, I can't do this one.
Well, we're gonna have to make this one unanimous with the no's. This was just really not impressive. There was you could taste that they were trying to do something. They just didn't achieve what they were trying to do.
I think that I'm with you on that. I just think maybe it was a half-assed attempt at trying to.
Well, that's what I mean. They did. We're saying basically the same thing. They were trying, but they didn't achieve it. You think they just didn't have the motivation? I'm thinking it was just a failure. It's pure failure. Let's get to the reveal.
I love how all the bottles come out of Brian's shirt.
Wingwalker
again.
Wingwalker's IPA.
Bullshit.
Dude, that's not an IPA.
Shit.
That is not an IPA.
That's not even East Coast. Like, that's just weird.
That was so weak sauce for an IPA. I've never had an IPA that weak. I've tried this before. I actually kind of liked it.
Here, let me see.
Even from Rochester, New York, this is not an IPA. Like that.
6.9 is what
Is there a date? Is there a date on
I'm
that?
looking for the date.
Anything up top?
No boron.
No, so I mean, we had the Wingwalker as our beer of the month, the Amber.
It's an awesome beer.
This is its cousin, the IPA, which doesn't taste like a goddamn IPA.
This is the black sheep of the family, clearly.
Must be. God, wow, how disappointing.
I want a boron so bad. I think this got aged and the hops came out of it. Because when you age an IPA, you lose the hop flavor.
Came from New York, you never know.
Yeah, well, no, they're wusses and all that there, but they can make IPA, right?
No, but I mean, it came from 3,000 miles away. Yeah,
spice, aroma, and hop finish.
I know they know how to make a good beer. That just wasn't one of them. I feel really bad again because we already rated one of their other beers beer of the month, but I guess it proves a rule. Not everything can be a winner. Not everyone is perfect.
RJ King, stick to amber. Stay away from this pale ale crap,
please.
Oh, is that who brewed it?
That's what it says. RJ King Wingwalker.
Yeah, Wingwalker is. I believe Wingwalker is the name of the brewery. So I mean, you look at the bottle. I think it says it on there.
It's confusing. I think it says RJ King, but it doesn't say brewery. So who knows? Maybe it's contract.
All I know is it's not worth your money or your time.
Bottle by RJ King Wingwalker Brewing Company, Rochester, New York.
Oh, okay.
So that's the entire name. RJ King Wingwalker is the name of the brewery.
Maybe they went through a rebrand.
Because they were all Wingwalkers. These are just styles of Wingwalkers. So
Well, that's a bad style.
That one's bad.
Yeah, you got 3. Again, I feel so bad saying this because you got beer of the month for last month, but this time around you got 3 thumbs down pretty much. You got 3 recommendations of no.
Oh, totally.
Do not try this beer.
I'm a hardcore hophead, and I could not recommend that to anybody.
No, especially now. I mean, before we even knew what it was, we could recommend
totally.
it. Knowing it's an IPA, that just makes it worse.
That it does.
What did you guys think of the bottle though?
The bottle's nice as always, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like I hate to run them through the mud, but like Stone, it's like every one of the Stone bottles is like almost identical now, and these 2 are identical.
They are identical bottles.
One's green, one's orange, but
The orange one is the amber, the green is the IPA.
the label's almost identical.
Almost. Just differentiating by colors.
Yeah.
So kind of like almost like a Sam in that sense, where all the bottles are becoming the same.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. But at least the bottle's brown. That's the only thing I could say good about it.
I'm not going to try to force anything good about this beer. I'm done.
I don't know. When you go to buy it, just grab the orange one.
There we go. Grab the orange one.
And if you're colorblind, grab the one that says amber.
There you go. Just grab the next says amber ale. Grab that one. So this is the Wingwalker India Pale Ale. 3 no recommendations, but we taste it. You decide. Go out and give it a shot.
Don't.
You might like it.
No,
we're
you
not.
won't.
We're pretty sure you won't.
No,
But,
yeah.
But you could go. You could still say, screw those beer snob guys. Go out and get it yourself.
And then you could go buy it yourself and go, those guys were so right. I just wasted money.
Either way, I mean, we did a nice blind tasting on this, and if you're colorblind, do a colorblind tasting and tell us what you think.
All right, guys. Well, that is another show. Check us out on thebeersnobs.com. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, LO, whatever. We're all on there as the Beer Snobs. So
You're on the Twitter?
On the Twitter. We're on the
Nice.
Twitter, the Facebook. We're on the LO. We're on everything. We're everywhere. We are the board. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you next week.
I'm 8 of 12, and I'll see you at the bar.
Hey guys, it's Brian from Beer Quest, and the quest is only half the fun.
This is Daemon. I'll feed the same.